Joining me right now is the former governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson. Governor, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Maria.
So Kennedy released a statement, and he says this: there was no quid pro quo, nor was there any bargaining. At no point in our conversation was I under the impression we were bargaining. But doesn't this give voters another reason to be skeptical of Clinton's collusion with government agencies, Governor? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people want an end to, corruption.
Well, there was no quid pro quo. I know Patrick Kennedy. You know, he served under Republican Secretary of State, Democratic Secretary. He's a career guy. This Macaulay guy from the FBI, career. This is a common interchange between agencies, but the fact is there was no quid pro quo. There was no declassification of emails on one side. There wasn't any two positions were asked for the Iraq embassy security. So it didn't happen. And Macaulay, I think, is basically saying that he proposed it, but he stopped when he realized that it involved some Benghazi email. So it's much ado about nothing.
Well, you say that, but at the same time, why was there even a conversation taking place about, hey, we will give you an opportunity to put FBI agents overseas in places that you were not allowed to be in the past? I mean, why was there even a conversation about changing a classification in the middle of such a hot-button issue? The whole country was talking about these emails and whether or not, you know, she used her private email server to send and receive classified emails.
Well, the reality, Maria, at the time they were talking like that, there was no issue. There was no, neither one knew what they were talking about. And so it didn't happen whatsoever. You know, but, you know, I've been in the government. Agencies say, look, can you help me here and I'll help you here. This is very common among federal agencies, among state agencies. I was a governor, too. I mean, this is much ado about nothing. These are two career, honest bureaucrats. I know Patrick Kennedy. I mean, the guy is clean as a whistle. He's served Democratic, Republicans. He's totally clean. I think they're making something out of nothing.
Really?
Governor, just a quick question, though. When they ask her about stuff and she says 39 straight times that she can't recall anything, and then we see her brilliant memory on the debate stage, what do you make of that, sir? What do you make of that?
Well, look, she's very well prepared for the debates. I mean, I participated in debates with her in the presidential race. I mean, she ran away from everybody because she was so good. You know, can you recall? I mean, my God, I mean, here's a woman who's been in public service over 30 years. You know, Anthony, you don't know whether you can remember everything. I don't think she was being evasive.
They're not paying enough, sir. You do a very good job for her as a surrogate. They are not paying you enough.
Well, you and I are fellow jumbos. I know that, so thank you.
Yeah. All right.
But the whole issue of this quid pro quo with Patrick Kennedy and the FBI, this is just a small sliver, a small splinter of why people are sick of government. Yeah. They're outraged by what it passes as normal behavior in government. There's a Wall Street Journal editorial today that goes into how the sustained campaign that Patrick Kennedy waged to get Clinton off the classification hook. There was one unnamed official who said Kennedy followed up his phone request with a private meeting in which, again, he asked the FBI to see their way on marking the email unclassified. He went directly to Michael Steinbach, the assistant director of the FBI's counterterrorism division, to continue to press his case. I mean, this is not a random phone call. You bump into somebody in the hall, for Pete's sake.
So you could say it doesn't exist, but, Governor, I mean, it doesn't look good.
Look, this campaign has been the worst I've ever seen. I think everybody wants it to end. You know, but I think what's really topping things off is Donald Trump saying that this is a rigged election when over 14 years, Loyola University says out of a billion votes cast, maybe there are 31 that are questionable over the 14-year period. You know, so he's getting delusional. And I think you guys should focus on what he's saying, which makes no sense. He knows he's lost. He's in a desperation mode. And, you know, I think that should be the focus.
What about the O'Keefe video, Governor? What about the O'Keefe video that you've got these Democratic operatives purposely inciting violence at Trump rallies. Trump had to shut down a rally in Chicago because they were, and then the whole country thinks it's Trump people, and it wasn't. It was Dems.
This is the Planned Parenthood video guy, conservative website. You don't know that necessarily has happened. I mean, there are bad apples everywhere. This is another.
No, we know it happened. It's all on video. No, we know it happened. It's all on video.
Yeah. Well, this is a very doubtful source.
Steve Hilton.
It's exactly as Dagan says. What's happening here is that these leaks are revealing a systematic pattern of behavior and corruption, and we can't even keep track of it all. I mean, look at the ones more recently with the contracts in Haiti. That is out-and-out corruption. It is the awarding of government contracts based on personal connections and favors, not on who's going to do the best job for the taxpayer. Now, that is just another small sliver of a wider pattern.
Indifferent, Stephen.
It
That's
does.
what happens. And
it does.
They start to withdraw from the electoral process, and that's sort of what these people want, so they can control the game.
Governor, is Hillary preparing more to be on the attack and answer some of these issues around the talk of corruption, or is she preparing more about talking about what she's going to do for the country?
Well, I'm not an insider, so I don't know about the debate preparations, but I will say that she is going to talk about the future. She's going to talk about what she stands for, that she's commander-in-chief, that she protects working families. She wants to talk about issues. She doesn't want to get into this personal stuff. I mean, I see Trump as bringing President Obama's half-brother.
Can you tell?
I mean, what is this? This is not a sideshow.
Right. Can you tell us what she stands for?
Yeah, she stands for strong working families, for jobs, for economic development. She stands for national security, for fighting ISIS. I think she's going to have a more aggressive policy on Syria. She stands for a lot of issues the American people care about right now. She stands for making the Affordable Care Act stronger, fixing some of the problems that exist. But she's prepared to be commander-in-chief. That's the biggest issue, national security, homeland security. Donald Trump is out there flirting with Putin, with Russia. He has no idea. He's not prepared. I mean, he's saying that she is taking it easy. Well, she's preparing for the debate.
Right.
Well, Trump doesn't prepare for the debate. That's why he doesn't do very well in the debates.
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. Governor, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.